Hello, everybody. We are going to use our practice test so that we can help prepare for our unit test starting next week. As I just mentioned to the students in class, sometimes we know a lot of stuff, but we don't know what questions are asking us. So we're going to go through our pre-test that you never took. We're going to have it as a practice test, and we're going to see how far we get today working through it. Our math class is short because we did a class meeting first. So we will get as far as we can before we have gym class. So we're looking at this very first question, number 1. Remember, this was something that you had on a pre-test, or you had on a checkpoint earlier this week. So everybody out there now is going to try completing this. We have our numbers 12 and our numbers 5. So with the number 12, we need to list all of the factors. For the letter B in the middle, we need to list 2 multiples.
Isaac Warrington, please report to Mrs. Gerlinger's room. Isaac Warrington to Mrs. Gerlinger's room.
And then on the last page, or the last column, we have prime and composite. So let's review what a factor is. What are factors? Raise your hand. What are factors? Everybody's so busy working on this, they're not raising their hand. Thank you, Phoenix.
Factors are the numbers, like, say, for instance, 10. The factors are like 1, 10, 5, 2.
Okay, and so we're going to do an example. 10 equals 2 times 5. 10 equals 1 times 10. Those are the factors. What are multiples now that we've got the number 10? Phoenix.
Multiples are always higher than the actual number.
Okay, that's a good thing to think about. First of all, they're higher than the number. And so let's use let's do some examples. If we're talking about 10, we can give 10, but what else can we say?
You can say basically anything with a zero.
Okay, so can you give me some examples following 10?
20, 30, 70.
Okay, did you know it's 10, 20? He said 70 as well. Anything that is a multiple of 10 means it's a count by number. Or skip counting. In class, almost every single person knows what prime and composite is, so I'm not going to review that much. Other than we know that prime numbers have only one array and composites have more than one array. So people at home, I'm going to pause this now as the class completes this. Also complete 2 and 3, and we are going to come back in a few minutes to talk about 1, 2, and 3. Hi there, we're back. We've been having a lot of discussion on the first 3 questions. Different students are doing a lot of practice with it. And some of the students remembered how to make our chart. Other students have tiles that they're making arrays with. So I need some volunteers to tell me for the number 12. What are our sets of factors? What's the first one we do, Phoenix? 1 times 12. 1 is a factor of every single number, even if it's a 0. So we can list our 1 and our 12. After the number 1, what comes after the number 1? Show me with fingers, everybody. 2. Okay, so 2. Some of the people then divided the 12 into 2 groups. If we have 2 groups, what's in each of the groups? Kiona? 6. Okay, what comes after the number 2? Kiona? 3. Did it work?
Yes.
Yeah, so if we have 3 groups, how many are in each of the groups? Phoenix? 4. So we can list the 2 and the 6, and we can list the 3 and the 4. How do I know that I'm done? Phoenix.
Because you looped around and you already have the 4 again.
Right. Because if I start making things with, if I go on to 4, a group of 4, there's 3 in that group. Well, I've already used the 3, so I know I found them all. Okay, middle table, please quit, stop the talking at the moment. Thank you. Now we need to do our skip counting. How many of you know how to skip count? Okay, skip counting is saying multiples. Skip counting is saying multiples. So if we're going to skip count, here's our number 12. What's the first number we can write down? 12. What's our next number? Because we're counting by 12s. So if we double 12, it's what, everybody? 24. What would be our next number if we're counting by 12s? Kiona? 36. I don't have room to write anymore, but what would be the number after that if I'm counting by 12s? Phoenix? 48. Is this number a prime number or a composite number? Nearly everyone in here knows that, so tell me real loudly.
Composite.
Thank you. It is composite. Using a different color, let's move on to this number. If we're going to make our chart, what is the first array we would make? Phoenix? 1. Kiona and I talked through this a little earlier. And so Kiona said, well, gee, 2 comes after that. So what about 2 and 3? Because 2 plus 3 is 5. But now Kiona knows why we can't use 2 plus 3, correct? Because when we are working with this, we are multiplying. And Kiona told me that, well, 2 times 3 is 6, so we can't do that one. So the 2 doesn't work, the 3 doesn't work, the 4 doesn't work. This is the only array we can make. I know that there was a table in front of me. They had made their array of 5, and they couldn't figure out any other way, so they knew for certain that was it. 1 and a 5, which means we know it's a prime number. Okay, so if it tells us that we are listing multiples, remember multiples means it's skip counting. Our first one is 5. What's our next number, everybody? 10. What can come after that?
15.
What can come after that?
20.
What can come after that?
25.
Okay. Multiples mean that you are skip counting or you're count by things. You did that last year in class. We have just a few minutes left, everybody at home, because we have to go to gym class. So that means you should take time to do something too. Here it says write a prime number. So often students forget to do this part. So write a prime number. Who can give me a prime number? Tucker.
1.
Okay, Tucker says 1. How do we know that's a prime number? Millie.
Because of your poster.
Because of my poster. Okay, I need other evidence besides that.
What's so funny?
It's nothing. Okay. How do we know that 1 is a prime number, Luke?
Only made one array.
It can only make one array. Let's make one other number besides 1 and 2. Because I figured Tucker would have to say 2 then. Okay, Kiona. 9 isn't a prime number though, but thank you. Luke.
10.
10 isn't a prime number either. David.
Oh,
5.
15 is not a prime.
5. Okay, so David, actually, this is kind of smart because David took it off of our top here. And it can only make one array. It has only one factor pair. Okay. If we go off of our numbers on top, we could use 12 as our composite number. See, we already have a composite written there. Who can tell me another composite number? Marshall. Marshall says 16. So we wrote our composite number. How do we know it's composite? Besides Millie saying our poster tells us so. Look,
It can be made into more than one array.
it has more than one array. And then you can give the dimensions. What are the dimensions of 16 as an array? Phoenix.
8 and 2 and 1 16.
And there's one more.
Wait.
It's a square number.
I'm looking at it. I can't see.
Yes,
4 times 4.
4 times 4. Okay, this is all the further we got today for people at home. I hope that you take some time to study. Study some of the papers that you have in your math folders, like what factors and multiples are. Practice making charts for your factors, or get something like chocolate chips or anything small that's about the same size and practice making arrays out of them. And have a great day. Happy Friday to us. Happy Monday to you. Bye.